Greetings and salutations. How you doing? This is Lizard the Iguana. Now this joke's going away. So, today's video is on Annabelle Comes Home. So, the film is from 2019. It's based on the legend of the Annabelle doll. Serves as the sequel to 2014's Annabelle, and also Annabelle Creation. And it's the second film installment in the Conjuring universe. The film is directed and written by Gary Dauberman, and it says featured in his directorial debut. And the film was also co-written by James Wan. Ugh. So the cast includes McKinney Grace as Judy Warren, Madison Aceman as Mary Ellen, Katie Saffrith as Daniela Rewesis, and Vera Farmiga as Lorraine Warren, and Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren. So the plot of the film was the Warrens. They find the Annabelle doll, and they basically take her off the owner's hands and say, "Hey, we can't let you destroy the doll, so we're just gonna take her and to our house of strange and abnormal stuff we've collected over the years and put her away." And they think, "Okay, that's fine." And then basically the Warren's daughter Judy is basically thrown into the situation because another character basically lets Annabelle out. And that's as much as I'll give away because, I mean, spoilers. But then again, unless you want me to talk just about spoilers, I shall. So what did I think about the film? Well, all about the film was very good. I mean, to be honest, it's not that great. But is it better than, say... Let me see, what other films in the... Is it better than, say... Other films in the Conjuring universe? Whether it's La Llorona, The Nun, and even Annabelle? Yeah, it's kind of better. I mean, at least this film has some genuine scares, although there is jump scares, which is always annoying when they're not used well. This film kind of uses its jump scares alright. It doesn't use their jump scares where it goes like annoying where although there is this situation of the loud noise jump scare. That is always going to be a thing. I mean, it's annoying, but sometimes it can be used effectively. For directing aspects, Dauberman, I mean, well, you know, I should be having all this stuff. Gary Dauberman, he does a fine job. Since it's his directorial debut, there's some nice shots. They have its focus. It's basically... When a shot has the shots that you see in the film, they have the purpose. They are, like, say, wherever the characters are looking over here. When they're looking over here, it has meaning. And all that, you know. I'm gonna be honest, one thing I just thought was okay, I mean, even though it's part of the story, I thought Anne and Lorraine Warren, although they're needed, because, you know, historically, Anne and Lorraine Warren, they found the Annabelle doll and taken hands off of a young nurse. In actuality, people who don't already know this, Annabelle is basically based off a Raggedy Ann doll, but they changed her to a porcelain doll because, you know, that looks scarier. And Annabelle's still scary in this film. I mean, the doll is scary. I mean, sometimes they put her in scene and she's used effectively. It's not like, say, just like a Chucky film where you just see her and then, like, oh, where is she? Where is she? And all that. It's just, she's used effectively, and I'll say that. Um, all the actors for this film, they do fairly good jobs. Whether it's the human and the character drama, it's fairly balanced out fairly well. The director Gary, he does it fine well. Um, the film is mostly about the Warren's daughter, Judy Warren, and one thing I kept on thinking though was if you like Patrick Warren and Vera Farmiga, and if you like the roles them playing the roles of Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren, um, and you're wanting more of those characters, those two, then you're gonna be disappointed because they are barely in the film. Their role, even though they get sort of top billing, they say the fifth of the top billings. Heck, they're even in the poster, but you can barely even see them. Um, and they also use some like footage. So yeah, there's if you count the footage, some other footage of um, not archival footage, but I don't think how you describe it. Like say um, footage of like say exorcisms and all that. The most of there in the film would be say, hmm, opening the opening scene, um, exorcism scene. Probably the most they would be in the film, say, both of them equally 5 minutes. And yeah, that's one time I've also thought the film has a bit of a ratings. I mean, it seems like it has a bit of a ratings confusion in my opinion. Like like it has a bit of an identity. Like it's trying to be rated R, but at the same time, it's not wanting to push it. It's just like wanting to give you like, oh, here's some scary moments. Um, here's a bit of gore. I mean, it's used effectively. Some of the scary imagery is pretty good. Whether it's spoilers, the character of Daniela, her seeing herself in the future with her face mutilated, all that's kind of, and that is kind of scary. Looking at a TV that predicts the future. Um, it's kind of scary. I mean, at the same time, if that scene, and also the scene of um, Daniela getting stabbed, then wait, it wasn't Daniela, it was Mary Ellen. If that actually they both get stabbed, I think. If that is how much of the rate R it gets, then I'm just thinking like, okay, then I guess that's okay. For the entire time, I kept on thinking, for the actress who plays Judy Warren, I kept on thinking, this kid's reminding me so much of Mara Wilson, just the way she looks and all that. I kept on thinking, like, they de-aged Mara Wilson and turned to her kid and said, like, Mara Wilson, be in this horror movie for us. I know that's not what they did, but I know. I had to think of some funny things because this movie is, although it's trying, at times it's trying to be silly, and sometimes it is, but sometimes you're just thinking like the ideas like they do, like where it's say, okay, we're gonna use a flashlight to scare away the monster. I mean, that's kind of a trope or cliche, you know. Ooh, like when we're growing up, you always think like, use the flashlight, it'll scare away the monster and all that. And it's kind of funny that they use that as like as a device for the film. Um, I mean, I mean, here's some things. I did not see La Llorona because I thought this movie looks awful. I did not see, what was it, The Nun, because I thought this looks bad. But, I mean, to be honest, this is the third Annabelle film. Annabelle creation still better, but as setting itself in the Conjuring universe, it's okay. It's not bad. Annabelle basically although she is returned to the Warrens, she most of the focus, I suppose, is it's on her, but at the same time, it's also on the idea of these other artifacts or cases that the Warrens also did, wherever it's this samurai uh, suit of armor, um, the ferryman, um, the bridal dress that possesses you and makes you kill others. That's kind of scary, to be honest. Um, the hellhound, yeah. I mean, a big giant scary dog trying to kill you. Yeah, it's kind of freaky. Trying to think of anything else. Some of the ideas that they're trying to throw you in and say, hey, will this stick, come on, let this stick so we can make it into a Conjuring spin-off film, or hopefully this is used for Conjuring 3 and all that. I mean, I would love a Conjuring 3. I mean, the first two films are pretty good. I mean, I still want a Conjuring film involving what was it, the Amityville Horror, even though that was at the beginning of the Conjuring 2. um, I mean, this film is okay. It's all right. It has its cliches, um, like the use of say how we defeat the monster and all that. Um, the reasons characters do things, like where it's the character of Daniela, why she seeks out the Warrens because of her issue of death, wanting to get forgiveness from a loved one and all that. I mean, that seems very human. At times, like whenever people pass away, I always feel like we never really got to say goodbye to that person. Or feel like we feel like we're responsible for something, we never get to apologize and all that. Um, to me, I mean, one of the other issues I did have to film was, even though, like, some of the ideas, like, say, you don't want to use light, they didn't want to use much light to, for some scenes, I felt like, can you brighten it up so you can see more of what's going on? But if I think about it, if they had, then you would have seen, okay, there's this, and then that, and you really wouldn't have been able to, basically, the atmosphere would have been ruined. But, I mean, I guess the atmosphere is alright for the film. Gary Dauberman, he does a good job for his directorial debut. Is it good? Is it that good? Not really, but is it bad? No. It's in the middle. I mean, I'll say it's better than the most recent spin-off films. Not as good as Annabelle Creation, but it's okay. It's not bad. Some of the ideas they're trying to throw at you for the later Conjuring films seem interesting ideas. But overall, I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. But, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey. Where did the dog go?